Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Rangers, and I'm here to finally talk about the Rangers winning a game 3-1 over the New Jersey Devils. And boy, it's nice to get back in the win column. It has been the hottest of minutes, a pair of losses against the Islanders and then Flyers in the past two games, and you kind of think, man, we really need to win against the Devils, because if we have a 3-game losing streak against the Islanders, Flyers, and Devils, it might be time to press the panic button, even though we looked pretty good in the Flyers game. I talked about that Sunday, so, you know, what have you. But still, though, 3 games like that against those teams, and you kind of start to tug at your collar. But the Rangers got it done and then some this evening. So to get things kicked off, the Rangers lineup looks nearly perfect. This is just about my ideal lineup going into the playoffs if they were to start right now. The first line was Mika, Vetrano, and Kreider. That's great. The second line, Strome was back, so it was Panarin, Strome, and Kopp. Boy, did they look pretty darn solid tonight. Third line was Laffy, Hedl, and Gaudreau, which, again, very good. Maybe Kakko instead of Gaudreau, all things depending, but if it's those three, I'm more than happy. And the fourth line was Brodzinski, Hunt, and Mott, and they looked pretty darn good. The defensive pairings as well. Fox Lindgren, excuse me, then Miller Trouba, and the third line was Braun and Schneider, and I'm going to talk a lot about that pair tonight, but boy, they look great. Nemeth being the healthy scratch instead of Braun, and finally putting Braun and Schneider together, just, the defensive pairings looked great this evening, and yeah, this, maybe you put in Reeves over like either Brodzinski or Hunt. I might rather Reeves than Hunt, if I'm being honest with you guys, and then Igor and Net. That's my playoff roster, game 1 of the round 1. That's what I'm going with. So that's enough talking about the lineup. Let's actually talk about the goals of the game, and there were only 4 of them, so we can kind of breeze through them. Yegor Sharangovich scores the first one for the Devils to put them up 1-0 unassisted. Trouba's trying to clear the puck. Sharangovich steals it from him. A very nice play by Sharangovich, and quite a nice backhander, if I might say so. I mean, I'm not mad at Georgiev there at all. That was just a beautiful play by Sharangovich. And I'll talk about him in a second. Trouba, people were mad at Trouba for this play, and I don't really get it because, like, was it great? No. But it wasn't like it was a bad attempt. Sharangovich just made a crazy play on the puck. And then Brendan Schneider single-handedly flipped the game. About 10 minutes in, absolutely lays out Jesper Boquist. I mean, flattens the guy with a beautiful body check. He goes flying, and then Yegor Sharangovich goes, I would like to fight you. And I think he regretted the decision because Brendan Schneider beat the brakes off of him in his first fight. This is a 20-year-old rookie. I'm 19. This guy is a year older than me, and I have never killed a man, let alone 2, and he'd actually get a 3rd one tonight. Brendan Schneider, I didn't know he had that in him. I mean, no, Sharangovich is not like a known fighter or anything, but, I mean, my God, Schneider just destroyed him. I mean, he embarrassed him in this fight. It was one of the most lopsided fights I've seen in a hot minute. I don't think Sharangovich landed a hit on Schneider, and Schneider turned his face purple. And believe it or not, the refs actually called an instigator penalty on this play, which very well deserved on Sharangovich. That was a perfectly clean hit by Schneider. There was no reason he should have had to fight. And the Rangers end up on a power play, and they would score. They're passing it around. It's Panarin. Kreider sets up Strome right in front in his return to play and return to the power play 1 unit, and he scores a beauty to make it 1-1. A little bit later on, Pavel Zacha would take a penalty for holding against Adam Fox, and the Rangers would be on another power play. We're passing it around. It's Fox to Artemi Panarin. Passes it to Chris Kreider with a gorgeous tip-in. And I mean, you just got to go watch it. There is nothing I can do to do it justice with words. You have to see that goal. Kreider's 47th of the year and his 25th power play goal, which is a new franchise record for the New York Rangers. He's just on another planet this year, man. Oh, look, it's me editing the video. I didn't say it, but this is right after the Kreider goal. And I want to say it because I say it after every one of them, which is, he's scoring 50 and you can't stop him. So there's that. Also a neat thing, that would be the second goal of the game for the Rangers, and it would end 3-1, so that was the game-winning goal, which was his 10th game-winning goal of the season, which is also a new franchise record for a single season. Chris Kreider, man, letting him hang. So you watch the first period where the Rangers just dominate. Shots in the first were 13-7 in favor of New York, and we looked great. And then the second period happened, and our offense just kind of stopped. In the first period, we would have 13 shots. In the next two, we would have 4. But at the same time, I don't necessarily want to say we played bad. In the second period, I believe it was a Devils power play, and it was all Rangers. We had 2 potential scoring chances. One of them was taken away. I thought there could have been a call on it. There wasn't. I mean, we looked good. We just didn't have many shots on goal, but I still thought we possessed the puck really well, and we didn't give up a lot of high-danger shots. Same for the third period. We actually would score there. Justin Braun, would score a goal. His first as a New York Ranger. And that was a really nice setup by Brendan Schneider on that play, by the way. Like, the Rangers, I thought, still looked like the better team in the second and third period. Shots will not tell you that by any means, but I still thought we looked good. Side note, if you would have told me that the third pair of Braun and Schneider would have a goal and a fight, I would have never thought that it was Schneider with the fight and Braun with the goal. And that was about it. Overall, I thought the Rangers played really well. We did not give up that many chances. Georgiev, I thought, looked amazing tonight. I mean, 20 of 21. There were a couple of high-danger chances for the Devils, and he made some really nice saves. He looked locked in. He looked good. I have absolutely no bad things. And the goal that he allowed, I would not put on him at all. I thought the defense after that really tightened it up to not have him have that many tough saves to make. The offense did enough in the first period with power plays. Granted, I would have liked us not to have relied on the power play so much, but c'est la vie. We still looked okay. We just, for some reason, weren't getting shots through. Like, overall, you might say, Weston, maybe you shouldn't be that happy about a 3-1 win over a team that's very out of the playoffs. And I would say, we haven't won in like a week. Let me have something. But the Rangers get one back in the win column this evening. Hopefully we can continue to do that. We're playing a playoff team, which seemingly over the past 2 weeks, we can beat the playoff teams. It's the non-playoff teams that we're having trouble with. We're playing Pittsburgh on Thursday. That is at 7. We're back in MSG for it, and I'll be here afterwards. Actually, I won't be here afterwards. I'll be here very late that night because the Astros play on Thursday. Rangers play at 7. The Astros play at 9:40, which means at around 1 a.m. I'm going to start recording and editing 2 videos at 2 in the morning. What's the over-under of coffee for that night? Anyway, I'll be here much later on Thursday, probably Friday morning, to talk about that game. So, until then, that is all I have to say. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Rangers.